Hi, this is Dan from Magic Pachinko Restorations with another Pachinko short video, although this is a little bit of a departure from my normal Pachinko videos in the sense that this is a modern machine. Normally I do Pachinko videos on vintage machines. I don't normally do anything with these for a number of reasons. I have really no area of expertise with them, although internally the mechanics of the machine are similar to a vintage machine, but these are so complex with wires and circuit boards and video screens that you would literally have to go to school in Japan to learn how to deal with these. And unfortunately there are no user's manuals or troubleshooting books or anything on these machines that I'm aware of. However, I did have a customer contact me and ask me to take a look at it, see if there was anything I could do to it. And I guess I got lucky because I got it up and running again. So I'll show you some of the things that I did. It did get damaged in shipping, unfortunately. Not bad, but it did get damaged. The modern machines have the turn. You just turn the knob, and then there's a motor that launches the balls. This got all broken, but fortunately the pieces were in there. I was able to glue all of that back together. I'll show you on the back side. Actually, I'll turn it around now. This board here was stapled in, and it got hit, so it was completely loose. I pulled the staples, put screws in, remounted the transformer, redid the wiring up to the main board. This unit here, I think, had gotten knocked off at some point in time. There was tape there, and then this whole module. These are modules that will come off. And this was just flopping there loose, but again, everything got all remounted. Cleaned it up, fired it up. It seemed to work, but there was no sound. So I verified with the customer that yes, it did have sound. Did as much troubleshooting as I could think of, and this bundle right here goes through to into the front of the plastic where the speakers are. So I thought, well, this has got to be related to sound. It comes down and plugs into one of the main circuit boards. So I unplugged it, cleaned the connections, plugged it back in. Fortunately, while I was down there looking in this area, if you notice, here is yellow, there's some yellow over there. Someone at some point in time put yellow paint on certain areas that you need to be aware of. And I just happened to look right in here, and there's a switch with yellow paint on it. And it was shoved all the way to the left. I shoved it all the way to the right and got sound. So with this particular machine, there's 3 settings. There's off, loud, and really loud. There's unfortunately nothing in between that kind of quiets this thing down. So it's pretty noisy when you fire it up, and you'll see that in just a minute. Very similar to a vintage machine in the sense that a lot of balls are going to be fed into here. They're going to go down this chute, and then they go down into this area right in here. This is where it differs from a vintage machine a little bit. The balls are held in 2, maybe 3 chambers, and then depending on the logic of the machine, when you get a certain payout, it's either going to open maybe 1, 2, or all 3 of them and drop the balls out that are contained in those 3 chambers, and then they go down and come out the front of the machine. So that mechanism is all right in here. So this yellow here goes back to this tab, and when you press on this tab, it'll take all of the balls that are up in here and run them down and exit the machine. Okay, so when you get ready to fire this thing up, you want to make sure initially you just put a handful of balls in and make sure that they're going to cue. Now this here, just in case during shipping this little fork thing gets flipped over, it keeps the balls, it'll stop them right there. So make sure that you push this out of the way. It should stay there. There's a little indent. So now that I put a handful of balls and they went and started to queue up in here. I know this is set right, so because if it wasn't, they'd be falling out the bottom. So now you want to take about 90% of the balls that you own and place them in the upper hopper. Fill that hopper right up, and then you'll need something similar to this right here. Right below this blue plug is the hole that the losing balls are going to drop out of the machine. So you want that to sit right in there and catch the balls as they drop out. Now what I'm going to do is put these into the front of the machine. I have an extension cord on this. It does have a pretty short cord. I didn't know. I'm going to just leave it like that for the new owner. So you're going to turn the machine on right here by just going like that. You'll see it light up. So it'll say waiting, and then it'll do a test pattern, and then this will light up, the lights will come on, and it'll start being ready. Now I'm going to let it sit for a second, as if it were sitting in a Pachinko parlor over in Japan, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. But these lights all light up, the video screen works, all of this will light up once the machine gets going. Now this is just an ashtray. This push button here would release balls that are here and drop them down into this, and then by pushing over it opens and you can get them out and put them back in the upper hopper if you'd like. I think this is just here to match that one. This lights occasionally, but I have no idea why. It says change on it, parlor related, as these two buttons are. They serve no purpose now. When this machine was hooked up in a parlor, so that's the attention getter. This one is called Monster Village. So we'll play it in just a second. There is a connection on the back that would have been plugged in at a parlor. So I believe when you press these buttons, it may have called an attendant or signify there's something wrong with the machine, whatever. But now they don't serve any function. So you'll take some more balls, drop them in here. Place that back there to catch the balls. Now you have to keep contact with this. You can't turn this and set it and walk away. It just doesn't work that way. So you have to turn it and hang on to it. But it starts to launch the balls. And once you get enough of them to gain the center, now it is paying out. So what it's doing now is Okay, so what it was doing is it was finishing all of the wins that it had triggered, and because I stopped playing, now this has stopped. Now, I don't know a lot about these machines, but I believe if you had gotten three of the numbers that were the same, like all sevens or all nines or all twos or whatever, it would have probably gone even crazier than it did. It went a little bit crazy there with the ghost flying and so on and so forth. That's all part of the jackpot. But as far as I can tell, everything works on the machine. Everything is good, and hope you like it. Thanks.